big when it comes to race and factors for college admission.
This is huge.
And you guys are together before a weekend. What?
Yes. I know. Thank you.
So
what do I deserve?
I know I get to see Liz now on a Thursday. This is fantastic.
And listen, you know, Charlie, this is, I was actually saying, and I'm just going to say what I said. I said, as a person of color, I don't want to say that I felt fear when I heard this. I felt a little anxiety because I want to have a deep understanding about how this is going to change, if at all, and, you know, the academic landscape. And I know that you've done your due diligence, your deep digging, and share with us what you've learned.
So let's understand what this decision was. This decision tested whether or not race can be used as a factor in the college admission process. And it actually got to the U.S. Supreme Court because an Asian American and a white student brought the case up to the court. They apparently were denied admission over another minority. I don't know if it was African American or not, but that's it. So the issue here is whether race can be used. Now, the Supreme Court ruled, 6-3 decision, race cannot be used as a factor in the college admission process. Now, if we just stop right there, it would be terrible. Oh, it's unfair. Maybe. Here's the deal. Michigan is an example. This case does not apply to Michigan. Why? Because back in 2006, we took a vote, the state of Michigan took a vote, and the issue on the ballot then was, should race be used as a criteria for admission to colleges? Wow. And we voted it cannot be. Can't use race. Michigan. So, for 15 years, Michigan colleges, public colleges like Wayne State, University of Michigan, Michigan State, and any public university cannot use race.
So what have they been doing to make it fair, equitable, and diverse? So
by the way, that Michigan, our ballot proposal was upheld by the Supreme Court in 2014. So here's the
Supreme Court of the United States or Michigan?
United States Supreme Court.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
It's a states' rights issue. Now, here's the deal. So the question I think you're asking is, how can we achieve diversity in colleges without using race as a factor?
Bingo.
That's the issue.
Yes.
Okay, I talked to the provost of Wayne State University.
Nice.
Wayne State is in Detroit, heavily African-American, etc. They say that they've got a 20% African-American enrollment at Wayne State. That's pretty good. That's pretty high. It could do better, but it's fairly high. How do they achieve diversity? They have a diverse faculty, for example. They go into schools in Detroit and recruit. And there are other ways, and we'll get to at 5 o'clock tonight. But they have to do it in a different way.
What are the factors used then? Because obviously economic situation, your economic status is one. What are the other factors used? What did the provost say on that? What are the factors that they use now?
Well, so to achieve diversity, and that's just African Americans. So there could be other minorities that make up a diverse campus. He says that Wayne State, and theoretically, I guess other colleges around the country would look to universities like Wayne State, Michigan State, U of M, because for 15 years they could not use race in their admission policies.
So what you're saying,
and they're doing just, they say they're all doing just well.
So what you're saying, Charlie, is that the need to be creative has already been happening in our state. The need to think differently and still create some sort of representation has already been happening. Do you think that it's going to get even more aggressive because now it's on a federal level?
I think the aggressiveness, if you are an all-A student and very smart, you are going to be recruited heavily by everyone. Now, if you're a minority, you're probably going to be recruited even more. But the issue is, I think, Lee, you said it, and we talked about this a little bit, place, not race, should be an issue. You can't use a protected category like race in your admission policy. That's what the Supreme Court said. But poverty is not one of those protected categories. So if you're an all-A student from a lower income, you could very well get some points. But African-American or not, doesn't matter. But if you're African-American that was raised in a wealthy household, you had the ability to travel, you had a tutor when you were growing up, you had all of the things that got you to the 4.0 that a kid who didn't have those got to the 4.0. Should that person, who happens to be African-American, should that person get preference? And I think we probably would agree no.
But you know what, Charlie? I know we got to tease this to I would probably agree. I would agree no. And listen, I'm one of those people, so I'm going to be transparent about the fact that I would want the opportunities to go to the people that didn't have the same opportunities as I was, because I'm cognizant that I'm blessed for that.
Yeah, I think that's the Supreme Court saying.
But I hope tonight coming up because Counselor, I know you see both sides. I'm really interested and hope that you address what the protest might be to this, because you can expect this country to have another side to this story, and we can expect, I'm sure, for people to have feelings about that.
And the 3 justices of the Senate were, quote, the liberal type justices.
Right.
It is going to be more difficult now. Yes, race does be more difficult for out of state. So if you are a good student and you're African American and you have good grades, you can go out of state and you get some preference. Not all. That can't be the factor. The Supreme Court ruled that away. But you can get some. So yes, you may perhaps in the short term, you may be limited in out-of-state schools. It shouldn't happen in Michigan. But so I do agree that there could be some when people adjust it. But I'm going to talk more about those factors. How do you achieve diversity? Because we all agree diversity is good.
Yes.
Without using race. That's the issue.
Well, listen.